Hello and welcome to my review of Into the Dalek, which is the second episode of Series 8. The reason why I haven't reviewed Deep Breath was because Team Drew had already reviewed it, so I don't really need to review it. So I'm going to continue the Series 8 reviews on this channel, and hopefully Joe will do his own reviews on Team Drew's. So if you want to watch those, then go and watch it. So today I'm going to review Into the Dalek, which is the second episode of Series 8. Obviously it's Peter Capaldi's first proper adventure, because Deep Breath was his sort of debut, and we didn't really get to see a full character of the Doctor yet, well, the 12th Doctor anyway. So basically the plot is that there's a rebel ship sort of in mid-fight with a Dalek, with a Dalek fleet, and at the beginning we see, the pre-title sequence, we see sort of a soldier and her brother being attacked by a Dalek ship, and then she is saved by the Doctor, and he takes her back to the command ship, and basically from there he tells the soldiers that he's a doctor. They take him to a patient, and it turns out to be a Dalek, and so from that they are minimised and are sent into the Dalek via the eye stalk. A lot of people were probably quite interested as to how they would actually get inside a Dalek, and I was one of those people. I just thought, how could they even get into a Dalek? But towards the end of the episode, I don't think it's quite explained how they managed to even get out. Maybe they just used the same process, but it wasn't shown in the episode or discussed, or I don't think so. Maybe I might have just missed something out, but if I did, then please sort of comment down below and just tell me if they explained how they got out of the Dalek. So this story is, well, concept-wise, it's very different from any other Dalek story, which I think is good, and it gives us a bit of a break, despite the fact the Daleks have been quite in it a lot recently. They were in the Day of the Doctor, Time of the Doctor, and you know, they were really good in those two stories, but they just didn't really kill anyone, and I think this is what a lot of people are sort of complaining about, because we haven't really seen an extermination in quite some time. We've just heard them shout exterminate, but they haven't really done anything. So, whereas in this episode we've actually seen some deaths, like properly, and we've seen the the blue X-ray effect, which was great. I'm glad we have seen that again, because this story sort of felt like Dalek from 2005, because of just the way there was a Dalek sort of being looked after, I suppose, by sort of soldiers and like maybe a couple of scientists. It's a very sort of clever story, and I think they were going to make a adventure game out of this, or a computer game, but Stephen Moffat wanted to create this into an episode. But this was an idea that was sort of thought of a few years ago. So now I thought it was good that they did it with Peter Capaldi, because the sort of main character, well, one of the main characters, of course, is the Dalek, and it's sort of nicknamed Rusty in the episode, which was quite a nice little name for it. And the way, the actual inside of the Dalek was really quite interesting, to see all the mechanics and machinery, the engineering that was put into this evil machine, which was really quite intriguing. And obviously, the Dalek, the voice for this Dalek was slightly different because everyone thought it was Davros. Literally everyone thought it was Davros, and other people had their theories of what this voice and from the teaser trailer could be, and it turned out to be just a Dalek, really. But the thing about this Dalek was that it was good, but then the Doctor sort of made it bad again by accident, and then of course it realised how bad the Daleks are, and therefore it went to kill all the other Daleks, and it sort of hated its own race, which was a really different sort of concept, really. The creature hating its own race, but this particular race being a race that's so feared by so many other races, which was, quite remarkable to see. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed it, because even though there were people saying, they're not really looking forward to seeing Daleks again after we've seen them a lot recently, but to be honest, I didn't really mind seeing them again. I was quite excited to see them or Peter Capaldi confront the Dalek. I watched that Doctor Who extra, and Peter Capaldi said it is actually really hard trying to act with a Dalek, as it's not really a human, it's more or less a prop. So that was an interesting moment, and his sort of reaction to the Dalek was brilliant. Peter Capaldi was amazing in this episode. He's probably going to be brilliant throughout the entire series, I can assure that, but my god, he was really good in this episode. Absolutely brilliant. As for, also we do get to see the new character, Danny Pink, as played by Samuel Anderson, who I actually really like now. I also liked how Coal Hill School was brought back into it, which was a nice touch, and we got to see more of the school. And now that they've brought the whole Coal Hill School cadets, I quite like that. Thought that was quite cute. And I liked how Danny was an ex-soldier, so maybe that has something to do with the finale, or maybe a build-up to a certain event that happens in this series. I'm not too sure. But yeah, and he sort of becomes Clara's sort of new boyfriend, which is probably what we'll expect in later episodes. So this was sort of the little introductory story for him. I'm sure there'll something happen in the beginning of the Robots of Sherwood. Jenna Coleman was really good in this story. Clara had a bit of character development, only like a little bit. It did sort of progress, gradually throughout the episode, with her climbing through the Dalek memory lane or whatever it's called. But there was a particular moment in that which I didn't like, where she said, I'm making the memories back again or something. Giving the memories back, and that was just a bit cheesy, a bit tedious. But apart from that, I really enjoyed the episode. I think there was quite a few people that really did enjoy it, and there's probably a couple of people that maybe didn't like it. I don't know, I've yet to see more reviews of it, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really good episode. Well, it's not the best episode ever, but it's certainly one that I really enjoyed. There are very good performances throughout the episode. Characters weren't particularly that interesting, like the soldiers weren't really, but there was a moment where one of the soldiers did want to, I think it's Journey, yes, it was Journey Blue, wanted to travel with the Doctor. I think she's meant to be like a later companion, I don't know. There was a leaked picture of one of the later episodes when they're in the orange suits, and it was somebody who looked like her. I don't know if it's the same person, but no, I don't think it was. I'm probably thinking of something else, but yeah, I think this pretty much concludes my review. As for the Daleks, they were great. I loved that Dalek battle sequence. Like Ben Wheatley did a great job of directing that scene. Well, he did a great job of directing the whole sort of story, and Phil Ford did a great job of writing it, because he's written quite a lot of the Sarah Jane adventures, and the adventure games, which I've played, and they're quite, good. So yeah, thanks for watching this review. My next Series 8 review will obviously be in Robots of Sherwood, so thanks for watching, and my overall rating would be what would I give this episode? Probably 6 or 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think a 7 out of 10 would be my rating for that. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.